Holy fuck. Well, spank me and call me Shirley. I think this game is counting on 11. Fuck. We didn't save at all. Oh my god. Do we have to go through the same shit we already did?
I think so.
Fuck. Okay. So while this is going on, since you can... The dialogue is irrelevant for this game, like, which is bad because it's a point-and-click game, and that's usually what draws you in, is the dialogue, like, or characters or, like, anything, something other than this. I don't know anything else Jane Jensen has written. I feel like maybe it's good, I guess, possibly.
Who is Jane Jensen?
I don't know. You know what the problem is, too? I feel bad, because I feel like they could have written some really good stuff, because there's parts of this game, from what we've played so far, that you can see that there's definitely the person can tell a story of some type. Maybe this isn't their specific knack for writing, like a secret agent type thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. It looks like a soap opera, honestly. This intro, I could honestly see this being a soap opera. It's showing all these artifacts from the character's past. It's making them look a little mysterious.
That's lag.
And then, well, yeah, I don't even know why this game is lagging, because the graphics aren't even that good. Like, there's a lot of... Or maybe it's not lag, though, because I didn't try and play this on my computer at home. Like, we're just playing this on... the MacBook, so
I know.
I don't know that this is necessarily lag, perhaps, because it plays smoothly in other areas where it's doing about I'd imagine, the same amount of rendering. I don't know if it's supposed to be a little jittery or something, like, because here, like this video here, I feel like that's not supposed to be smooth. If it is, like, I like the way it looks where it's just kind of choppy. But yeah, this to me plays like if you made a soap opera into a movie, this would be it. Like, and maybe you'll understand what I mean when you see some gameplay, because the characters are so far from being real. Like, it's just unbelievable.
I don't know, about 20 minutes in the game last night.
Like, that's the thing. What did we get done in 47 minutes?
Nothing.
Like, see, at least when you play, like, Dota or something, even if the game takes, like, an hour and a half, which never happens. Oh, my God. Kickstarter? This really kind of upsets me. This is, like, my bone of contention here. It was funded through Kickstarter, so, you know, people want... Actually, there was something else funny. This game must be more popular than you think it is, because I got a card from this game in my inventory when I went home and just signed on to see on my computer, and it was still going for about 47 cents, and it's been out since I think April 14th or something like that, so...
I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, here's this...
I've never heard of the game before last night, really.
Professor Reed. So it tells you that you can't do anything right now. Like, what if I want to text him and tell him I just ate, like, the meatiest fucking dick? Like, I feel like that could be pertinent information for this game.
Oh, it definitely is for this game.
Yeah. Like, oh, look, right here, there's this little thing that looks like it's trying to rip off the Lion King on the side of the building, the blue glass building. Like, I don't know how that didn't avoid copyright issues, because that totally looks like when the Lion King mounted that play, that looks like the little ads you used to see all over the street.
Just landed.
Oh, and here it comes.
What did the doctor say?
Lots of bruising, but there's no permanent damage. Don't.
Oh,
see, that's funny. No permanent damage, because this game will cause permanent damage for you. See, the amount of anger that you take from this game lasts more than it rightfully should. Like, it's just, and the dialogue is just so bad. It's like, I feel like, too, it's like someone said, you know what we need to make? A game about that guy that everyone knows that's a fucking asshole. Like, you've got this, like, woman, what's her name? Okay, so Malachi. You've got Malachi here as the main character, and Gretchen, who is, like, I don't know if they're trying to...
We didn't even get to the point here, man. game just started, and their fucking voices is not in sync with their mouth movements.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
horrible.
well,
I cannot stand that. Well,
see,
we know what we
there's
have
a
to
valid
do.
reason for having missed this, because I usually just like to push all this crap out of the back, like, it's just agonizing. So, okay, so I feel like we should point this out.
Yeah,
We spent a good 10 minutes looking for this, and I've played point-and-click games before, so I don't know if we just missed this and it came up in the dialogue at some point when we
were
first played
skipping
it, because we were skipping it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there's a perfectly valid reason for that, because the main character is a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Like, he is such
We
a
gotta show the
piece of
comic.
shit. Like, actually, that's another thing, too. There was an intro for this. Rather than that, like, long intro that looks like a soap opera that I was talking
comic
about,
intro.
there's a comic book intro. I don't know who thought in their mind, like, yes, this is something that people who read comics would totally be into. A guy in a suit who's just... And, you know, they're trying to make him seem like kind of like maybe James Bond mixed with Indiana Jones. Because here, I'll continue playing this fucking egregious dialogue. Like, look at this. You can, like, make observations about people. So you notice...
Unfortunately, she can
Look at that. She's good at what she does. She's good at her job. What more could you need to complain about? But this guy fucking finds something. She's overly familiar. Like, God forbid she tries to be a decent human being and interact with people. Like, even just making observation about stuff. Other point-and-click games, like, I don't know if it's the way that they're presenting the information that comes up on screen, but they'll tell you exactly what the object is, but I don't feel like an asshole hearing what the object is. You click on anything in this game, and it's just like, fuck.
I feel you, man. It is.
It's so hard to explain. It's like, if you watch wrestling at all, there's these people that everyone calls smarks. They refer to wrestlers by their actual names instead of their character names, because they feel like, I don't know, like they're elitist pegs or something. They have to feel they have to feel better than everyone by chumming it up with someone that they don't know, that would never talk to them in real life, because they're cocky pieces of shit. So anyways, you can go talk. Let's talk to Gretchen. We've already done this before, so we'll just try and speed through the fucking flaming train wreck that is this colossal piece of shit. I don't know if you want to hear what the characters are saying. I know I sure as shit don't, but
The characters are being recorded with the in-game audio.
God.
There's a supposedly undiscovered
Yeah,
Rembrandt.
Like, okay, so this sounds pretty cool. An undiscovered Rembrandt. My first thought is, how would you have something from an artist that popular that hasn't been discovered? But why not? Like, that kind of shit happens all the time. Like, you hear about people finding, like, fuck, I don't know, was it a Van Gogh or something at a garage sale, and they didn't know the person had it, they didn't know what it was. Like,
I
it's just
don't know what you're
crazy,
talking
mind-blowing shit. Like, where you hear all these really, like, oh, I got it at the garage sale. And I don't know if it's like the old fisherman's wise tale, like, oh, the fish always gets bigger every time you tell the story, so it's like, maybe you got it in, like, a debt someone owed you, and then, like, no, that's not ridiculous enough. I need to have taken some poor old woman for a fucking ride at a goddamn garage sale. So, I mean, so whatever. There's a Rembrandt missing, and we need to go talk to some guy. Interesting premise. Possibly. Like, I mean, if you're kind of into art, and maybe James Bond, but you maybe you want a little less, like, oh, he's going to destroy the world, and a little more, like, high class. I guess that's who this game is trying to appeal to. Like, Pride. This game is almost like Pride and Prejudice in a way. Like, it's very high on itself and artsy. And Pride and Prejudice was written very well and had interesting characters and talked about an upper class in their lives, whereas this is just like, oh, I can't even... Let's just go finish talking to Gretchen, I guess, because you've got... I don't know if you have to get all this stupid dialogue out of the way, and the characters all look very generic. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but it's not as noticeable right now, but you will notice later. I feel like they use the same body frame for all the characters because they all pretty much look the same. Like, they've got kind of like a generically like rectangular torso with like gangly spaghetti limbs. Like, I don't know how much they made off the Kickstarter, but that's the thing. None of these things are things I care to find out because I just don't care about the game. So it goes to a map screen, which fine, that's kind of cool. This gives you, instead of having to walk around through endless backgrounds that is kind of tedious with a lot of point-and-click games, you can just go straight to the places of interest, which I'm fine with that, because there are a lot of other point-and-click games that I've played, great point-and-click games, but the downfall's kind of been, okay, well, why don't we have some type of fast travel on them, like something like that that allows you to progress further.
A good example would be the Yu-Gi-Oh games for the Game Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, those were, they may as well have been point-and-click games, because it was just...
They are, but
they are, but they
an
aren't.
older
It's
concept.
kind of, yeah, or it's like a different way of doing, because
Which I presume you'd like to rent in the near future. Precisely.
the events aren't necessarily preset like they're in a point-and-click game. Like, you have some type of free play with them, whereas a game like this, it is all scripted. You have to do certain things. And then even in point-and-click games, like, I don't know if this game has multiple endings or something like that. If it does, I don't care. I frankly don't give a shit what the ending of the main ending is. But it's just shit like this. Okay, so who's this guy? He's some guy, you don't know who the guy is, but you're going to go meet him and talk to him. So let's just make inferences about people to show you, like, Reinhardt looks like an agency type, a ruthless paperworm. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, I feel like that works better, and this is why I think that maybe this person, their actual, like, I don't know if they write books or something, or short stories, I feel like maybe their actual written stuff is a lot better, because that's not a bad way to describe someone. You can immediately draw an image from that. Whereas when you're doing it in a game, it's kind of not needed. Like, okay.
This
guy looks like an asshole.
Exactly. Like, oh, wow, I can't believe we forgot about this. So you can play these stupid fucking minigames, and it's not that you can play them, it's that you have to fucking play them. I love how irrelevant this information is to me. Like, it's just to kind of prove that, yeah, I'm really good at picking things out about people. So, you go and you click on the little eyes, and then it gives you options for things you can pick. Like, is he a sympathy seeker? Yeah, like, this is what pisses me off with this character. He's in a wheelchair. Yeah, I'm sure he's sitting in a wheelchair for sympathy. Not because maybe his legs don't work. Or is he very ill or highly determined? So I get the highly determined thing because he's not going to allow a disability to hinder him from living his life. That's great. That's fine. But a sympathy seeker, why? Like, I'm kind of waiting for the point of the game where it's like, there's a guy that's disabled in some way that's not really disabled. They just walk with a cane so people will feel bad for them. Like, I'm waiting when you can pick that option, and that's the correct option. I'd love to see that. Like,
that won't happen.
So far, they probably won't, because this game likes to be very, like,
What is this?
I don't know, rude, but it doesn't want to go too far, because, I don't know, it wants to make, like, I guess a bold statement of some type, saying, oh yeah, our character's edgy because he makes comments about people in wheelchairs, kind of, sort of. Or, as you'll see when we finish talking to this guy, like, so we have to do this simple exercise, and then we have to talk about this job. So this, I'm just going to skip all this fucking crap, because really, does it matter? No. Okay, shall we discuss job? Certainly, but please first indulge my little exercise. Okay, so folder, I guess, we gotta click on. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This guy is fucking high on his goddamn phone. So you go to your phone and you click analyze, and you get to play yet another of these stupid games. So you've got to find parallels between these people and the like classical artists.
Oh, this was one thing I could not figure out.
Like, this I understand. This,
how?
Well, the concept, I think what the game wants to do here is, you have these people that are making. I don't know if they're supposed to be fake people that they just take the history of famous Renaissance painters or people of history, which is why you have like an antiques buyer doing this, right? Because he knows all this kind of crap.
Gabe, I think we should have like looked into this game a little bit for like I don't know. We didn't, but honestly, I don't know what kind of audience they're aiming for, but really, this got a funding from Kick. I should look that up right now.
Yeah, take a look on that, and then okay, so there's 3 options when you do it right, and then you get to select one, and it says solved, right? Now, when we did this the first time, it didn't matter if you got it wrong, because you could just get to that point. It didn't reset the paintings for you to maybe think, oh, maybe I second guess myself. Maybe all it does is it lets you guess and guess and guess until you're 100% correct.
What do you see?
Oh, it got over pledged by $135,000.
Wow, it got over pledged.
Yeah, by $135,000.
Okay, can you look up the that author? Can you look her up? Like
Jane Jensen. All right.
Yeah, like I don't get if she's like a huge.
She's a game designer and a novelist. Her first game was in 1990. It's called Syria Online.
All we ask for is your.
Oh, she's had a couple of
Do you have a job for me,
games
Mr.
done.
Dexter, or not? I do. The job is in Venice. A
Like,
young woman of wealth and high birth
I've never
was
heard of
murdered
any of their
a week
games
ago.
though.
Her name was.
They just
neither have I.
sound-
Like, I feel like this might be for like a niche market, and we're obviously not the niche this game's meant for.
Not at
But at
all.
the same time,
Just did so
see,
magnificently.
that's where you can afford this kind of game, though, right? Because you're getting funded by the public, so you're already getting your paycheck at the end of the
Yeah.
day. You already know that people, this is what people want.
Looking for her
But this
Yeah.
is not that it's not meant to be a mainstream game, and I get it's an indie game, and I'm
Yes,
fine with that.
exactly.
I like indie games
So
because
do I.
a lot of indie games, in my mind, also have that kind of mainstream appeal where it's like anyone can pick this up and play this. Whereas,
20 to 30,000.
you know who the target audience for this game is? Fucking wasps. Like, if you're living in Maine and you're sitting in some fucking palace of a house and you're a socialite and I'm just gonna go. What happens if you click? I'm not interested. I honestly.
I think
Well,
it's-
mumbo jumbo.
Gabe, I really do think this. There are a lot of people for this game, like audience, because it had 5,836 backers. So
Yeah,
5,000
That's
people
not-
were interested in this game. Almost 6,000. It's not.
yeah, that's not bad.
At all,
That's yeah.
for an
like-
indie game.
Well, I don't know if they were interested in this game. I don't know how the Kickstarter campaign worked. I don't know if they showed gameplay of it. I think they may have been more interested in the stories that she was going to tell. And there's definitely an audience for this. But again, it's wasps.
Indeed.
Like, this is definitely, or people who like that kind of a lifestyle, which that's fine. Like, if that gets you going, I don't care. If that's what you like, who gives a shit? But I feel like this, at the same, I feel like this is kind of a bad thing. Like, look at that swag walk. Like, holy shit. I don't know if that was intentional, but
Yeah.
it just looks like poor rendering to me.
It does.
And like the conversation a lot of the time is very dry. And I feel like this is all conversation that could work on a book because you'd be describing the environment. You'd be in a book you have, or just in text form in general, when you don't have a picture to go with, you can describe like the banister here. It looks very blah blah blah, and you've got like a red rug, and it's like he's an antiquity. He deals with antiquities, so you can say, "Oh, the rug. They are Persian rugs." Blah blah blah.
For items
But we don't need
inventory.
the passport anymore. He gave it to me, didn't he?
Yeah, he did give it to you.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
you should get a plane tickets from him, if I remember from last
Yeah,
time.
I think we just got the plane tickets, didn't we?
I-
Let's see. Yeah, well, let's make it a.
I wasn't
Yeah, we
paying
did.
attention.
We made an observation. It's not your average guard. He looks serious. So I don't get that though. One must. I don't remember this either.
No, because we didn't go after that. This is the most.
No, we did. We went past that. Remember, we got to the guy
Oh, yeah,
in Italy
Yes, Dexter.
with the smoking the cigarette, and like we can't fucking figure out
yeah.
what
So it
he's
was a
supposed
girl.
to be.
No, it was a chick, and she got hanged when she was 21 or something. And we had to match her with a couple of other famous women. Remember? It was one of
No,
the
we
choices.
made it past the girl, didn't we? But we
No.
couldn't make it past the guy, or maybe we didn't make it past
We
either.
didn't
Like, I
make-
feel like this game is never quite clear on when you've succeeded at your stupid little mini games on your phone.
Yeah.
And you know what the problem is too with it? I will say though, like if you pay attention to the game and you're reading the dialogue, it's a point and click game, so very quickly it tells you what you need to do, which is what we haven't been doing.
Not at all.
But at the same time, when a game doesn't draw you in, like, what's the point of playing it? Like,
Exactly.
okay, let's go. And we might not be the target audience, but I feel like even if you're not the target audience of a game or a book or anything, there should usually be something that kind of draws you in, maybe, possibly. Like, I feel like this game doesn't have any of
Oh, you're in your
appeal
office now.
whatsoever. Yeah, I think you can. Okay, so
It's a letter from Mr. Barozzi,
Ooh, a letter.
antique dealer in Venice. He has a brilliant eye
yeah, an
for
antique
interesting
dealer.
pieces. He's a little quaint. He insists on sending snail mail.
Oh, you're talking about that old dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we got past them.
Newspapers can talk
Yeah.
about these days.
Oh yeah, like here's another great example. The bleak economy seems to be all the newspapers can talk about these days. Like, who
Looks
the
like I'm
fuck
taking care
cares?
of that.
Like, I guess the people that are playing this, but really, if that's what interests you, you're probably not playing a video game anyways. Like, oh. Let's just see if we can get to... I don't even remember how the fuck
I'm
we
way
get
too
to
tired
end it.
for this game. I don't know why you're playing it still.
Like,
Just end
There's
it.
nothing else I need from my...
so what do you got? Malachar's passport, prescription pills.
Oh, wait, you
Also,
should go-
we-
you should
we
go
could
get
take some fucking wicked drugs.
Yeah, we should go. We should go get those pills.
I wonder if you can score meth in this game. I feel like as an antique dealer, maybe.
Coke mostly.
Yeah,
I would say.
Oh no, he seems kind of.
Oh, go
up.
to the
Oh,
airport.
sweet, we can go to the airport now. Wicked.
Oh, that seems cool.
Fuck, see.
I was just saying I'm tired of
For
the game.
all,
We
the,
should
for
quit.
all this shit
Dossier on Bianca
Wait,
Conte.
what?
that they
Oh
make you
my
do, okay,
God.
so we're in Venice, but for all the shit that they make you go through, like all the random crap that you clearly would not give a fuck about, why don't they have you go through airport security?
Some of these
Like-
hundreds of matches.
I do not know. That is
I feel like it's something irrelevant that no one in their right fucking mind would ever give a shit about, but at the same time, so is the rest of the fucking plot. Like, and that's a big thing. This is great.
Thank you.
As a book, totally. I could see people eating this up, but as a video game, why? Honestly, this would great maybe like a great Hallmark movie or made-for-TV movie. Like, this is clear. I think this is just the wrong medium for this kind of crap. Because especially for $30 too, like that's a kick in the fucking dick right
it
there.
is.
$30. Like, do you know what you could do with $30? It would be a better use of your time. You could dose yourself in like gas
Hey
and
man,
just light
for
yourself
me,
up and
I'm
die.
a big League player. I would be spending that on riot points straight
Yeah,
away.
$30 in League, you could get champions.
Oh,
For
hell
$30 in Dota, you could get items for your favorite champions,
You are a
or
Dota
you
player?
could get like legacy chests that have items that still sell for quite a bit, and you can maybe get some of the items you wanted, and then you could also sell some of the stuff, or you could use it in Counter-Strike. Like Counter-Strike has a lot of items.
Oh yeah.
That sell for like minimum like $1 or $2, and they're not hard to come by. Usually, in my experience anyways, like my friends have made some decent money playing Counter-Strike, just selling items, like, and it's a fun game. So you get a little back. Whereas like look at our options. So I can see what this game is trying to do, and there are games that have done this well. Knights of the Old Republic, easily one of them. Some of the best parts of that game were when you were like, you're trying to be a Jedi Master on trial. So let's look at what our options are. We can talk about himself.
Oh,
We can talk about Bianca or Bianca's murder. So I don't know if this game has any trust logic in its AI, where if you say certain things, people are less likely to divulge more information
I
to
don't
you.
think so.
I doubt it. But just
The
for
mechanics
logic's
behind this
sake,
game.
you probably want to talk about him first, since his wife was just murdered. You don't want to go to Bianca's murder. I don't think the game has any logic, but in an off chance it does, and since I hate the dialogue,
Very well.
let's start by talking about him. Because if you're interviewing someone, you should always talk about more general stuff first, and then delve more into the personal stuff. So then, thinking like that, you kind of think, okay, what's going to be a more personal topic? Talking about whether or not Bianca was his first wife, or talking about his job. It's kind of rude to ask someone what they do for a living, but you're doing an investigation, so we can kind of assume that either or, like, okay, I get that you're trying to solve a crime, possibly, maybe, it hasn't made it quite clear if you're a secret agent or a police officer, whatever, or it kind of has, but I don't care to specifically read into any of it. So, you're just trying to, you have two options. Is it, what about your work? You need to know more about his work. Maybe someone, the job he does would give him enemies that would cause his wife to be murdered, or maybe an ex-wife. I think it does. It kind of, it's letting you make assumptions, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but not necessarily a bad thing either.
I doubt I will ever find her equal.
And like it kind of plays up like, oh, he's like, I won't ever find someone I will love just like my wife. Like, okay, so you're trying to play in sympathy, but here's where I have problems. If you look at the torso here, it looks like they just use the same kind of like body, like model for this guy and for every character in this game, because you will soon see other characters that when they're animated, they just like, their arms look disproportionately long, their torsos look too big, like, it's, I don't know if it's they did the characters wrong or they did the background objects wrong, but like look at this guy sing on the couch. Like it's not as noticeable from this angle because it looks like he could just be singing forward.
It looks like he's floating. His ass is not touching.
Well, that too, but if you look at the back, there's no way you'd ever be able to sit on this couch. And I get like the guy, like you go to like somewhere with a lot of really expensive, like look at that. He's got easily like 2.5 feet on the back of the couch. And it looks maybe more, and it looks awkward. Like it's not like a chair where it'd be comfortable to sit in. It looks like it has like wood finishing. And that's what I've never gotten with this kind of stuff. If it's from a certain period, why would you want to have it in your house? Because I feel like I wouldn't want to sit on something expensive like that. Like it just seems like. But this isn't a game for people like us. This is, like, again, she's mature for 18. Like, I don't fucking care. So the guy's, like, the guy's what, in his, like, 30s or 40s dating an 18-year-old is what we're allowed to take from this? So the guy, like, clearly she wants him for his personality and not the status and money that he has. Like, this is just the most tired story in the book. Like, oh my god. I'm going to go solve a mysterious man who solves crimes from afflicted rich people. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, honestly, I can't fathom someone ever saying, like, because there are a lot of people that they'll just buy point-and-click games because it's a point-and-click game. And I feel like games like this, yeah, do you know who killed Bianca?
No, she was a beautiful and gracious young woman. She had no...
Like, oh yeah, do you know who killed your wife? Yeah, because I wouldn't have just gone to the police or any proper authority or told you, this guy killed my wife, kill him in revenge, or see that he's in jail. Like, what a stupid question to ask. Why don't you just ask him, did you kill your wife? Did you find, like, an even younger, like, and was barely legal, not enough for you? Did you, like, find a 16-year-old that you were wheeling on the side? Like, I don't know. Like, this game seems like, like, look at this. To me, this Days of Our Lives right here. The layout, like, the decor, everything, the way people are talking, the fake bullshit conversations they're fucking having. Like, no one talks like this in real life. And the people that do talk like
Unless
this,
they're extremely posh.
yeah, exactly. But those people wouldn't want to play this game.
Exactly.
And maybe people that like to follow that, like the people who would like this, wasps, and people that follow the royal family to the fucking grave. Like, people are like, oh yeah, totally. Like, I don't want to play this game anymore, actually, to be quite honest with you. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, there's one more part I feel like we're obligated to show you, which, where was it? Brozio's Antiques, where we meet the cop that we couldn't get past? No! We haven't met that guy yet.
Mr. Rector, it's a pleasure to see you. Welcome.
Oh yeah, we did meet this guy, because this is Stan Lee. He should probably sue them for using his fucking likeness. Like,
it took me a minute to get that.
honestly, I remember this from last time, so we took, you know what, fuck it. Honestly, it's not worth doing. Like, we're gonna go to our cell phone again. Oh, here we go. So we've got I think we have the option of calling this guy. Let's just, like, put our gangly limbs into our fucking,
oh, Jesus Christ, those
suit and call
mechanics.
this guy.
Pronto, Detective Brunetta. Buongiorno.
Like, who,
This is Malachi
look at
Rector.
that. His fucking arm is, like, disappeared into his torso. Like, who talks like this on the phone? Like, that would be so...
That's the site of the murder.
Oh,
I'll see you there.
nothing about this game is good.
No,
We
it's
did
not.
get it for free.
Yep, we did.
We did get this for free. Now,
Shout out to Freedom Network for giving it to us for free
yeah,
to review
thank
it, but
you for giving us this free game that... Oh, look at this, Murder Bridge. It doesn't even see, like, Murder Bridge. That's just so stupid. What am I led to think? Like, this is
that's
the
a
bridge
legendary
that...
murder bridge right
Yeah,
there.
this is where people... This is the bridge that murders people.
Yep, that's...
Like, this is... So let's make some... No, okay.
I wonder how Ambledexter got the Italian police to
I don't know. I can't focus on the text there.
Now
Now I can.
No, honestly, I won't even bother. You're really not fucking missing
Ooh,
much.
look at
I'm
that.
just doing it to see if there's any, like, mind games we can play this
That
game.
animation for the water down there, that is not bad at all.
Yeah, for an indie game, you know what? Especially since water animation, all wicked, there's someone in the background. Like, I wonder if that's going to have anything to do with the game later on. Like this crush. Oh, there we go.
Oh, God.
You know, it's
Oh.
Italy. She's praying for no reason.
Oh, she knows the devil's around.
You know what? Honestly, this game, I feel like is trying... This reminds me, I don't know why, but I think his Grim Fandango is also a point-and-click game where you're trying to solve a mystery. But Grim Fandango was fucking great. Like, that's easily one of the greatest things that LucasArts has ever put out. Like, it was such an enjoyable game. The characters were great. The dialogue was excellent. It was funny. It was witty. It was offensive in ways. Like, it played on everything. Whereas this game... The most offensive thing about this game is that it fucking exists, and then it costs $500,000 to make.
Oh, 430 something.
I thought it was 500 something with.
They got pledged to 535.
They got pledged to 535, so they got over pledged.
Yeah, they got over pledged.
The game is giving us the option to say goodbye, and I feel like that's the one merciful thing this game has done because I don't want to. Well,
we should totally just end this video right now. The bombshell should be just this bridge right here.
yeah, like no, the bombshell is this game existing. Like if you could have gone like okay. See, it keeps doing little things that make me think, oh, maybe I want to play and see what's going up. And, you know, I kind of like parts of this game where, like, you have clearly... Actually, I'll take a lot of stuff... If they re-release this game, where it all had an animation style similar to, like, this kind of cartoony, etched-out animation they have in the backgrounds... And they had, like, maybe the water was, I don't know, I kind of like the water like this. I feel like maybe it would look even cooler if it was kind of animated. But I don't like the character models. And it does stuff like, oh, maybe we'll go into this woman's house. But we have to talk to this guy. If the game just let you, like, go into this house and beat ass, like, just knock this old woman around because she looked suspicious.
What game is like that, though?
Good game. Grand Theft Auto is like that. You know what Grand Theft Auto is? A good game. Not because it lets you beat old women,
Wait,
because it gives you the freedom to do shit like that.
How much
because
does it cost? GTA.
GTA, okay, Perfect. Good. I'm glad you asked.
That's
GTA was like what, $60 plus tax. So I mean, here we pay about 13% tax. We're looking like 67.82 or something like that. Oh,
60
around there. Like
67. Yeah.
let's just say like
acceptable.
$67. Fuck it. Let's say $70 with
$70.
taxes. $70 for Grand Theft Auto. That's a good game. You can start the game and go beat ass for no
It's an
fucking
overall
reason.
game
You
as well.
have the option to do shit. You can never beat the storyline, and you can put hundreds of hours into just fucking around with that game. This game's story-driven. That's fine. I'm completely cool with story-driven games when the story is good and interesting. If this were a book, yeah, I might read it, because I feel like this could be really well done as a book. Like, you can kind of see the characters how you want them to be seen, even if they give you ample, like, really vivid descriptions, then you can appreciate the descriptive work. The environments in this game look fucking cool. Like, this looks really neat, but
Dude,
then it's
peace
thrown
out.
out by shit like this. Like, and you have neat stuff too. Like, oh, I can use my cell phone to, like, hold files and data on
I'm tired of
people.
this
But
game.
it's not fucking worth it. At the
Oh,
end, this
finally.
game is just shit. And, like, what? So we gotta go to the main menu. Okay, yeah, so we can't even quit outright. Moebius Empire Rising. I don't know what Empire is rising. I don't care. I wish what did rise was good game. Instead, it's rising. Like,
Phoenix Online Studios.
oh my
Good
god.
work, but make it better next time.
Usually, when a phoenix is reborn from ashes, it's reborn to be something stronger than it was in the past. Whereas, if this were Phoenix, it would be reborn as, like, a bird made of fucking excrement. Like, this game is just